A Lucid View of History, Volume 8, Custer's Last Waterloo, or Marginal Line Dancing.
I'm excited for this week's episode, and I am glad you joined. Welcome to A Lucid View of History. Hey, have you ever said to yourself, man, I wish I'd known that? This week, we're going to talk about the monster under your bed. You're part of the cloud team. You're an SRE. You're the head of cloud. You're the CISO. Maybe you lead the SOC. You're the IT ops director. Maybe you're the CIO. Whichever one you are, I know what you're afraid of. When I was a kid, I had a ventriloquist dummy. At night, when it was dark, I'd wake up. I'd see him looking at me. I think I saw him move. And then, forget about it. There's no going back to sleep. Maybe you used to stand at the door of your bedroom and hit the light switch, immediately jumping across the floor to your bed so it couldn't grab your ankles. You know it. The monster. Rodents of unusual size? I don't believe they exist. But you still jumped for the bed. If I asked you to name the largest battle disaster in history, and no, Neville Chamberlain's craven capitulation doesn't count, I bet you'd say Custer's Last Stand. No? Maybe you'd say Napoleon at Waterloo. I'll let you argue in the comments, but fair warning, the Maginot Line wasn't a battle. Both Custer and Napoleon missed the monster under the bed, and it got him. Colonel George Custer got caught by the monster. His scouts told him that the 400 to 800 Plains Indians gathered were the most they'd ever seen. Custer thought he'd brought enough men. Following the battle, it was estimated by the surviving Plains tribes, because none of Custer's men there survived. It was estimated by them that there were 15 to 2,500 gathered, 3 times Custer's estimate. Custer's monster? He was sure he saw everything he needed to do, and then he acted swiftly. He missed seeing the monster. Napoleon also missed seeing the monster. Waterloo was lost at the Road of Ohane. Wellington and allies against Napoleon and allies. A gently sloping plain dotted with copses between them. Wellington pulled his men back. Napoleon smelled weakness. Wellington's retreating. Charge! 3,500 heavily armored cavalry raced forward, streamers flying, hooves pounding an earthquake rhythm. Wellington's men made no effort to intercept. The cavalry raced on. Then the monster struck. You see, spanning the field, perpendicular to the cavalry charge, was a sunken road, the Road of Ohane. The cavalry pressed in tight, giving the armored horses their head, suddenly pitched off the cliff. Rows of cavalry followed them in, men and horse crushing men and horse, unable to slow, unable to turn, unable to escape the monster. Man, I wish I'd known. You think Custer would have said that? Man, I wish I'd known. Napoleon, with a French accent, n'est-ce pas? Boy, aren't you glad you're not Custer, not Napoleon? Or are you? See, each of our examples wished they'd seen. They lacked visibility. Now, they knew what to do. They knew how to do it. But they didn't know their environment. They thought they did. But, well, when I ask heads of cloud, CIOs, CISOs, How well do you think you're doing with identify? How well do you know what's in your enterprise? No one meets my eye. How well are you doing managing what you know? Well, we're a B plus, and we're working on it. How well are you securing what you know? Yeah, we're an A minus, and we're gaining ground. How well do you know what's out there? Embarrassed silence, a nervous chuckle. Well, you know how it is. Why would I leave Splunk and start a company? Why would I step away from 20 years of corporate technology and security leadership? What if you had a chance to kill that monster? Not just for you, but for everyone. Next week, I'll tell you more. Thank you for joining me for a lucid view of history. Hit that notify button. Stay tuned for next week.